Hey all, it's Ian here from the Sports Card Side Hustle, and I'm here to do a mailbag, right? To show you guys, a lot of people do mail day, mail week. This is everything I got through the mail this week for my orders. I think Thanksgiving Eve night, I got all these switched over to semi-rigids. I think I've covered why those are the best to put in for grading. And then I just today, probably because of Thanksgiving, I had like a backlog of packages. I got a whole bunch of different cards and kind of broke my norm of usual rules, and I actually have a couple graded in there. So I'll show you the first set. So in the first set, I had mostly organized by the inserts that I've been collecting lately. So I had a couple Kabooms to start off. So Travis Etienne Jr., the running back for the Jaguars. By all the data, I'm going to assume I'll probably get a 9 on that. So let's come back and check and see how that goes when I send in for grading. 10 would be outstanding, an 8 would be a disappointment. A 9's good enough. Gets me increase the value more than the grading does. And then I had Leonardo Trossard, who's in the Premier League. He's been scoring a good number of goals, and I got a Kaboom for him cheap. Then I really like the next set of insert that I got. 3 Mangas, all guys in the World Cup. Christian Pulisic, my favorite. Shout out to the U.S. men's national team who just tied England. McKennie had a good game. Pulisic was the best player on the field. So I'll take that, and happy to have this card. Then I got a Mason Mount, also played well for England, and a Robert Lewandowski, top goal scorer from Barcelona that plays for Poland and has more games coming up in the World Cup. Right, so I had 2 Kabooms. Then I had those 3 Mangas. That's a new insert set. Then I have a couple Optics, Downtowns from the Optics set. Both Dak Prescott, got a good deal on that. 2 Downtowns from Dak Prescott. So hoping that he does well. The rest of the season, gets into the playoffs, makes some noise. Then I got a Jordan Poole NBA debut, a Prism Mosaic Red, and that's serialized out of 99. I'm sorry, out of 88. So it's number 4 out of 88 on the back. Look for those that Prism and then the serialized to let you know how scarce they are. I got a Desmond Bain kind of thrown in there. It's a regular base, but he's good. That's not a big card by any means, but with the cheap grading, I'll go ahead and pick one of those up with the package. And then I did have a first Bowman for Bryce Harper rookie. These are not inserts, but the first few were. And then I have a Dak Prescott, the Select Silver Prism Auto from his rookie year. And then a Wilfried Zaha, who's also in the Premier League. Kind of an exciting player to watch, high energy, scores some goals. And I saw that autograph for cheap, so I picked that up. Okay, so the ones that came in today, I had those earlier in the week. And then I did make a couple deals. I'll get to these and show you in a minute. First, I'll cover the 3 Mangas. So I got a Jeremy Doku manga. I believe I have another one of him coming. A Phil Foden manga. And another Pulisic manga. I have a third Pulisic that I'll have. So I'll have 3 Pulisic mangas. And after that, Alphonse Davies, who I'm a big fan of, plays in Europe and plays on the Canadian national team as their best player. He's been a star since he was a teenager. I got a PSA 9, already graded press proof. Not out of grading. I didn't send it for grading, but I made a good deal on this card. Was happy the price I got. And then I got a Pele 1965 Panini Calciatore. It's not even a numbered card. It was just kind of an odd set from back then. Small card. It's a PSA 6, right? But that's a 57-year-old card. Happy to have that card. Loved it. Got a good deal on it. Thank you for that, for the seller that gave me that deal. And then the rest were football. You'll notice I've been focused mostly on soccer. It's just mid-season for their European seasons. The World Cup's getting a lot of attention and hype for some of these players. And then they come back, they're going to play the rest of their regular season in the Champions League. So these players are going to have hype for the rest of this year. Have been building more basketball. And then I'm just winding down my football purchases for the year because of the season, and we're getting towards the end. So here's a CD Lamb, a rainbow. It's a Premier level, but it's out of 25, right? So that's a nice card for his Rainbow Prism. Then I do have a Trevor Lawrence. There's a silver prism from the Select. Travis Etienne serialized jersey. Also a silver prism out of 75. And then a Joe Burrow, also a silver prism. So that's all I got in my mail week, but I'm pretty excited about a lot of those cards. Some of those inserts are very high end, and I think the Kabooms and the Mangas, should I get any 10s, those are really going to be huge. I'm going to be happy with those. We've covered a lot of times how the pop counts, there's almost no 10s out of Kabooms compared to the overall percentage. You know, there's sets where you're seeing 40%, 50%, 10s on some of the newer moderns. That sounds great, like you're going to get high odds of getting a 10. But then you end up with these huge pop counts of thousands of 10s, and people aren't excited about that. And when I've shown the Kaboom pop counts over the last decade, we're rarely seeing the total pop count of all grades ever hitting 100. I think the most we're seeing is 80 a lot of times with PSA. And then some of those where we've seen 10, 15, 25 of the Kabooms from recent years, we're not seeing a single 10, or we're seeing 1 or 2 10s. I've seen where there's 13 9s and no 10s. So just keep that in mind. I love those inserts. You do get a lot of 9s. They're not going to be terrible grades, but 10s are rare to come by. And the scarcity of those, I don't think the value is going to fall through the floor on any of these high-end inserts like Kabooms or Mangas. So thanks for listening. That's what I'm buying right now. When I say mailbag, I'm telling you what I'm buying, what I'm trying to accumulate, and what I think is great value right now in the sports card market. So that's what I got this week, and going to get all those into grading once I finish. You saw I got the first half of the week. I had already got all those into the semi-rigids. I'm going to get the rest maybe by tomorrow morning to get a Saturday orders off for grading. So if you have any questions, comments, please like and subscribe. Please go ahead and participate. Hit me with those comments, or let's have a conversation about the market and industry. Thanks for listening all. Have a good week.